Hi guys, welcome back to my channel guys. Guys, I thought I'd come and make this portion of the video. I'm about to take Angelo to his second training. But yesterday I had some not good news, basically. Not good news. We had some updates about my oldest son. A video was sent to my 15-year-old phone from one of his friends that witnessed my older boy getting arrested yesterday. And I tell you, it took me out. It's heartbreaking stuff. You just don't know what to do, you know. Like I shared previously, one of the reasons why I feel like when things was happening in my household, I kind of buried my head is like when I weighed up, telling him he couldn't stay with me. I know that he'll further deteriorate, basically, you know, and because of everything that happened with him and which got escalated with him smashing in the door and doing that, well, something had to be done anyway, you know. Like I've shared, I just think that that particular day it was going to be a shift in the energy. And long story short, after getting the news last night and just letting it all soak in, I had a chat with my children, because I could see that they were a bit confused and upset and all the rest of it in one. Instead of staying quiet, I kind of sat them down in my room and talked to them and hear their views and the whole thing as well, which we all kind of agreed that it's challenging to have my eldest in the household, but at the same time it's heartbreaking when you see him being arrested. And there is mental health issue as well, guys, you know, from like him probably smoking and all of these things. Even prior to him leaving my home, I sense that as well, because it's something that runs in my family. You guys hear me come and here. I have not been shied about expressing and sharing about my depression and stuff like that. So the way that he's living, I could see signs of that as well. But it's just tricky because it's not somebody that you can force to see a doctor and stuff. But in hoping and trusting in God, this situation that doesn't look good on camera, from what I watched, which obviously I cannot share because it's distressing. But what I watched on camera, I'm just hoping to God that he's in the midst of everything that's happening, and my son is probably going to get the help that he needs, because obviously God's willing, with his help, they can see that there is mental health issue. And I just hope that whatever made them actually arrested him, I think one is probably endangerment. They can see he's in a danger to himself, and I don't know, apparently I heard that he had a bag, so I'm just hoping that in that bag they didn't find anything to charge him with negative, but they can actually see that he does need intervention. And God's willing, that's the help that he's going to get. The people that he's been placed in their hands, is going to see through it, you know. And like I said, his name is in the system. It's from the put his name in, it's going to flag up, and his background. So I'm just hoping and praying a lot that this is going to be the help that he needs to get back on the right track. But it's just devastating stuff. I had to put it on my family group chat just to say that, highlighting the whole incident to show that I don't want to cover up anything, or I don't want to bury my head to say that these things didn't happen. However tough it was for me to put it on my family group chat, to allow my family to be aware of what's happening as well. It's hard, but I'm not about to cover up the difficult stuff anymore. When I was younger, the whole situation that I've explained to you guys in previous videos about was very difficult for me to cope with. That helped along also with me, you know, because who want to see their child out there going through all of this? No one, you know. But I'm just trying to do the best I can, and just anything that my spirit is telling me, I'm trying to come and relay that, just to highlight to others and to show that we need to pray for each other. We need to do our best for each other, even though we want to shy away from it. Doesn't mean that that's it. I'm going to just leave him to the mercy of everyone. You know, I did try going up the police station today, and before 10 o'clock, just after we dropped my last child to school, so it was, I would say, just before 9, going after 9, something like that, and the police station was locked. There was only a phone outside. I've never seen anything like that in my life. This world is getting more and more scary. You know, you go up to the police station thinking you're going there to find out information or to see what the reason behind it could be. And because it's an adult as well, it's very tricky, which is the stuff I always warn him against. But what I did not plan for was the fact that the police station was actually locked. And there's a phone there. You pick up the phone, it's ring, nobody to assist you, nothing. So I had to come back from there empty-handed. Luckily, when I came back to my house and I was going to go in straight inside, I saw my neighbours outside, and I just started having a conversation to them and sharing what's happening. And they're telling me that the police station in Penzance doesn't open until 10 o'clock and stuff like that, and kind of pointing me in the right direction, saying that my best bet is probably to reach out to the 101 number, and maybe likelihood he might be in Cambone, which one of those other towns, or even maybe further afield. After talking with them for a period of time, that's when I also realized that he might not be in the best frame of mind as well, you know. And in the end as well, I got through to the 101. Somebody picked up and I'd had a talk with them. They were telling me to call back in 2 hours. I kind of went silent, and then I continued talking to them again and saying, you know, please, can you check? And that's when they finally decided to have a check. And they said they can't give me much information, but he's there with them and he's safe. And I highlight to them that maybe his mental capacity is not in the best state to make decision for himself. They say that they can't really give up much information, because I obviously have told them that I'm his mom and stuff like that. And they say they can't give me any more information. Maybe I can call back later on, or he will contact me, which I very much doubt. There's another thing that happened as well. Early hours this morning, somebody dropped his phone through the letterbox, or somebody must have found it and brought it to me with his license, provisional license, bank card, stuff like that. Thankfully, in Penzance, I'm going to have to go because I can see Russell trying to go into his car to, because like I said, Angelo's got football. So, yeah, guys, I'm in the car with Angelo. He's going to second football training. Aren't you, Baba?
After,
yeah.
Can I play face-off?
I don't know, maybe it might be too late by the time you get back, and you're going to have to shower. And he's not even 100%, guys. So he had a bit of a fall yesterday. You show the ouchie. There, and your finger. Yeah. Can't really practice him to miss training, so he's going to have to tough it out.
Mom, I can do the click.
Go on, I can't hear you. Yeah, I heard it. Ooh. He's practicing to do that, guys. Yeah. Practicing
to do the click.
I'm sit in the back of the car with him. It's just me and him and his dad because the Shane training was cancelled. So he's went out with one of his mates, best mate, to keep practicing his football. And Tilly told me from this morning that she was going to be out on the road going to the gym. So I haven't heard from her yet, but I messaged her, tell her what's going on, and she should know what's happening as well. Yeah, she should know that Angelo's got training, so just gonna see. But yeah, that's what's happening. As you can see, guys, my mood is, I have to keep going, and Hi guys, good morning. It's a new day. It's a new day doing the school run with the kids. I'll check both of your cards when I get back and see if there's anything on. So I don't think there's much on there. What have you got on yours? So I'll put something on, but you're gonna be after maybe at Angelo's school, Dishing. So I'm driving now and I'm not sure what's on it, to be fair. So I'll try and maybe have to go in the morning without. the glory from my heart. Right, Tilly. Take care. Have a good day. And make sure you come home straight today. Don't bother going off anywhere, alright? But you're not even well. You take some of the tissue with you? Alright. Bye. Guys, I'm back home from dropping the kids. Nose ring. Silly nose ring. It fell out. But I'll tell you guys, I'm feeling a bit better today. I am feeling a bit better today because I've had some news last night that makes me feel a bit better sitting here talking to you. Had a few cries and stuff throughout the day yesterday and last night when I hear the final result. I cried and I cried, just giving God thanks, you know, just giving God thanks because what the end result was needed to happen. You know, they needed to recognize that there's something else going on, and take matters in hand, you know. After I came back home and kind of showered off Angelo, settled him a bit, and was like preparing some food, I thought to myself, let me call again the 101 number and see if I could confirm something more. You know, more than what I was thinking in my mind. So I rang up, and when I rang, you know, after a little bit of a procedure, I got through to somebody and they gave me the direct number of the custody place in Camborne, Cornwall. So I rang the number and I got through to a lovely man, and when I introduced myself and he introduced himself, I told him, and he knew straight away who I was talking about. But obviously, official reason, I gave his name and told him the situation to say that I'm worried about maybe he's not in the right mental capacity, and you know, so he let me know that they are aware and he's gonna get the help. They're just waiting for the doctors to come and collect him, like mental health doctors. So they've kind of talked me through, and you know, sad to hear, but as I told you guys previously, you know, I'm not here to come with side stories. I'm not here to come and put my son down. I'm not here to, you know, I'm here to share my story, my testimony, my anything that I think is going to be value to somebody out there that may be going through the same challenges or maybe going through the same pain. They might be able to come across my video and get some form of help from it, do you know? So I'd like to point that out. You know, I don't want anyone to think it's easy for me to come and sit here just like talking stuff about my life. You know, it's something I need to do because I want to help anyone that in any way that I can, with me sharing my story and the story of things that is involved with my children that I feel compelled that I need to share, that can avoid another mother from going through things like this and can find something, you know, to help her. Just like when I come across a certain videos out there and it has helped me. So that's my main goal, my main reason behind, and trying to change life because of what I think God wants us to be doing, instead of using situation as a gossiping thing. Just be clear on it and want the best results, because when I tell you guys, I felt lost as to what, there's something wrong, that what's happening is not right, but anybody would think from watching my channel, or people that knows me would think I know what to do to help. But this, my particular son, very difficult to help because he doesn't recognize that he needs help. He wouldn't allow me to take him to the doctors and all these things, and I'm not making excuses, the reality. And I in my heart, I was scared to even put him out there, like to say he can't stay in the house, because I just think he was going to end up in the wrong hands. And I just had to continue praying about stuff. I had to continue listening to my heart and having faith that I knew God would direct him in the right path. And the result I hear last night, I couldn't have gotten a better result. I could not have gotten a better result to know that they recognize that he needs help. And that's what's happened. So that can only be the work of God. God's hand is in it. And when I knew that I couldn't take him to the doctors and try seek help that way, and I'll keep talking to him, and what escalated and stuff, that I had to say that he couldn't stay there anymore. I was always in my prayer, and you guys can see out there, just when things are happening with any one of your children, it's like a part of your rib has been taken. There's a hole there, because every day you ache, you come and you put on a good face and do the best you can, and I have to be obviously trying to stay out of going into depression because of the whole situation. I have to be staying in my prayer. I have to be trying to keep focus because of the other children, and them, no matter how you try, they can still see that you're lacking, because there's days when you're just down, no matter how you cover up. I remember when my son first showed me the video, and it just, no matter how, I can't hold back the tears from trickling, and I'm talking to him and I'm trying to conceal, but I had no control over the tears coming down my eyes, and just shout out to my family as well, because like I mentioned, I put it on my family group chat, and they were all behind me and sending up prayer and telling me they're praying for me, and it's so encouraging, and I really appreciate each and every one of them out there. So yeah, just the best news I could have had. I'm trying, guys, to look at things from different perspectives, look at things from different angles. I don't really write off people completely. It's not my job to write off people. Always try to find a ground where it is good in my heart about that person, no matter who they are, what they've done to me. I'm so grateful that I'm in that place where no matter what, I'll pray my way out. I'll pray my way out, feeling a certain type of way against any individual, and I pray my way in, for my neighbors and stuff, because even when I shared with you guys, is when I was going into the house yesterday, and the Spirit said to me, Rose, go have a chat to your neighbor. And thank God, even this morning, I see them when I do the school run as well. And I'm just thanking them as well so much for, taking the time to, because they were busy having their own conversation. And I kind of just stepped in, and they turned their attention to me and was able to help, encourage, and direct me as well. So I really appreciate. That's why you can't judge anyone, you can't condemn anyone, you can't put anybody down, sometimes it might come across like that when people see me, because I don't run into people, but I always have good intention for everybody. And I just wouldn't want to like throw myself into relationship with people and they're taking me down a path where I don't want to go. But I always have good intention. I always keep people in my prayer. So felt so good that I was able to talk to them and forget about any pride, forget about any shame that could be connected to the whole situation, and just to put all of that aside. And that the whole process that I've been taking through yesterday has been help. And just to know that my son is in a safe place where God's willing, with him being there, with God being by his side, you'll get the right treatment and he shall overcome, you know. And I've always said to you guys out there, I know there's great things, because it's not about what's happening in a specific time. These are if you don't go through trials, you don't have no testimony. If you don't go through trials, you can't overcome. And from my own experience and the stuff I've been through my life, it set me up to where I am now, that could come and reveal as much as I possibly can about what's taking place in my life, so that it can be of help to others, and to let you guys know I'm crying out in my heart, in my soul, for young people, the children, and everybody see United Kingdom and we think, it's money, glamour, blah, 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 but it's not an easy place to live. It's not an easy road to travel. There's lots of things we have to give thanks for, but there's lots of things that's happening with the young people out there. I thought my camera got cut off for a second there. And there's lots of challenges and there's lots of things to be highlighted. There's lots of people taking their lives. There's so much going on, and I just trying to do my bit. And I just pray to God, and I pray. I hope you guys out there praying for me and my family, and I pray also for anyone that's in those situations, whether it's similar or other situation that they're going through, trials and difficult times that sometimes they cannot come out of. My prayer is always going up for those type of areas, and I just hope you guys will hang on in there, try and do your best. And my main thing that has helped me is staying in my prayer, staying in my Bible, staying close to God as I possibly can. Even before the incident happened, I felt it in my bones, something is wrong. And I remember in my sleep tossing in my afternoon naps. And I was just praying in my heart to God, praying for it. So that's one of my biggest encouragement. Read your Bible. Don't just read it. Try and understand what it's telling you. Sometimes not every time you feel like you're getting something from it. But if God's seen your heart and see that you're really interested, He will show you. So lots of love out there to you guys, and best wishes. And yeah, we just have to keep going, guys. We have to keep going and lead with prayer and lead with love, and we shall find our way.